I remember a few years ago, a lot of people would snicker if you would bring this up in a room full of bankers or investors. A lot more people seem to be taking it seriously these days. Can you just explain to me very quickly, though, what exactly is it? Because I feel like every person I ask this question has a different definition for what ESG should be.
Well, it's not surprising because, you know, you look at the environmental factors. If you talk to one company, it means one thing. If you talk to another company, it means something different. Same thing with the social. You know, you're going to get all kinds of different answers. But our feeling was that it was very important to emphasize the G, the governance. Because if you can improve the governance, then you can talk about social and environmental change in these companies. So that's really the emphasis of the book. We give stories about our experiences in different parts of the world and our successes and failures in that respect. So it's a very big field. It covers so many areas. And by the way, don't forget, a lot of debate about what is climate change, how much harm does it do, et cetera, et cetera. So the debate is going to continue.
Yeah, it can very easily slip into an existential kind of discussion here. You're traveling the world promoting this book. Which specific countries or sectors are most ahead of the curve when it comes to being compliant in ESG, at least according to your definition? Because as you said, everyone has a different definition, everyone can claim victory, but by your measure?
You know, frankly, I can't give you any country that has been the best, have been on top. They all have problems. You find so many different situations around the world. Generally speaking, we're finding some success in both India and China. China is interesting because the government now has stepped in and said, look, we've got to improve governance because state-owned companies have to make profits, and if you improve governance, then your profitability will go up. In India, they're quite aware of it. You know, having such a large English-speaking population, they read periodicals all over the world, from the US and the UK and so forth. So, but I would say there are many countries that are doing a good job, but a lot has to be done. There's no one country or one company that is the top. Now, of course, companies in the service industry are ahead of the game. Companies in oil drilling or mining are, you know, they've got problems.
But I mean, you're in a business, and you've been in a business for your career, where profits for a lot of folks there is kind of an all or nothing game. You know, it's sort of, it doesn't really matter how you make it as long as you make it, as long as you don't break the law, I guess. But how do you sell this then, this idea that for some of those folks who only are motivated by profit, that there is a benefit to going down that path of ESG?
Well, the key is the investor, because more and more of the institutional investors and private individual investors are saying, look, I want companies that are going to be good on environmental, social, and governance factors. And if you look at the performance of companies that are highly rated in ESG, they perform better. So there's a good argument. When we go into a company, we say, look, you want to improve your share price, work with us. Let's see what we can do to improve governance. How many independent directors do you have? Do you have an IR manager, et cetera, et cetera? So it really helps.
All right, so peer pressure and investor pressure really doing the trick there.